My fiancé treated my family like dirt and said that they should sit in the back of our wedding because they are nobody. I showed her what that really meant. My parents are the best people I know. Dad worked construction for 30 years, and Mom was a school nurse, both retired now. They paid for my college by taking extra shifts, never missed a single game when I played football, and when I started my landscaping business, they were my first investors with their retirement savings. They never asked for anything back except for me to be happy. So when I met Rachel at my friend's wedding and we hit it off, my parents were thrilled. Rachel worked in pharmaceutical sales, made good money, and seemed perfect at first. She was charming when I introduced her to my parents, complimenting Mom's cooking and laughing at Dad's stories. They loved her immediately and started treating her like a daughter. Mom would send her home with containers of food, and Dad would fix things on her car without being asked. For 2 years, everything seemed great. Then I proposed and something switched in Rachel like someone flipped a light off. The first sign was at our engagement dinner. My parents had saved up to take us to this nice steakhouse to celebrate. Rachel spent the whole meal on her phone, giving one-word answers when my parents tried to talk to her. When Mom asked about wedding planning, Rachel said she'd handle it herself since my parents probably didn't know about proper weddings anyway. Dad just quietly finished his steak. After that, Rachel stopped coming to Sunday dinners at my parents' house, said she was too busy, but I'd see her posting brunch photos with her friends. When Mom offered to help with wedding centerpieces to save money, Rachel told her they weren't doing homemade crafts for the wedding because this wasn't a backyard party. Mom had made centerpieces for 50 family weddings and they were beautiful. Rachel never even looked at them. It got worse when we started guest lists. Rachel wanted to invite 8 people from my side, just 8. Her side had 120. When I said my parents had a lot of friends and family, Rachel said we weren't running a charity event for every random person my parents knew. She actually called my aunts and uncles random people. Then came the venue drama. Rachel picked this country club that cost $40,000 just for the space. My parents offered to contribute $10,000, which was huge for them. Rachel laughed and said that wouldn't even cover flowers, so they should just save their money. But she still expected them to pay for the rehearsal dinner, which would be another $15,000 at the place she picked. The breaking point was when Mom called to ask what color dress she should wear. Rachel told her it didn't matter because nobody would be looking at her anyway, then added that my parents should just sit in the back and not embarrass her by trying to talk to her family or friends. When Mom told me this, she was crying. I confronted Rachel, and that's when she said it. She wasn't marrying my family, she was marrying me. My parents were just people I happened to be related to, and after the wedding, we'd probably only see them on holidays anyway. She said successful couples create boundaries, and my parents needed to learn theirs. That's when I started making changes. First, I told my parents not to put any money toward the wedding. Nothing, not a single dollar. They were confused, but I insisted. Rachel was furious, said it was tradition for the groom's family to pay for the rehearsal dinner. I reminded her she wasn't marrying my family, so why would they pay? Next, I said my parents wouldn't be involved in any wedding planning. No opinions, no help, no attendance at meetings with vendors. Rachel had to handle everything with just her family. She started stressing immediately because her parents lived across the country and weren't hands-on people. Then I started pulling back family support in other ways. When Rachel's car broke down, she called asking if my dad could look at it. I said no, she wasn't marrying him, so she should call a mechanic. Cost her $1,200. When she wanted help moving some furniture from her apartment, I told her to hire movers since my cousins she didn't want at the wedding weren't available. When tax season came and she wanted my uncle, who was an accountant, to do her taxes like he had the past 2 years, I said he was too busy with family stuff. She had to pay someone $500. The wedding planning became a nightmare for her. Her maid of honor dropped out because Rachel was so demanding. Her parents refused to fly in for a menu tasting. Every vendor meeting, she was alone while her friends posted about their fiancés' families helping them. She started complaining I wasn't supportive. I reminded her she was marrying me, not my family, and I was there, wasn't I? 2 weeks before the wedding, everything collapsed. Full story on channel, link below.